Episode 195. Are these comics going to make good film and television shows? We have Elektra Daredevil with Unleashing Hell. And then we have Red Sonja, number 17. So let's talk about them right now. Back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zanca. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, we're going to jump right into Daredevil. I'm just going to call her Elektra Daredevil because I have no idea why she's still Daredevil. This makes absolutely zero sense to me. And this came in this bag. Which is upside down in this bag, and see, it says explicit content, so it's like having a Playboy magazine or something to that effect. And I don't understand why, because I actually have more blood in my comic than what's in there, and I don't have a red band on mine. It's just a gimmick. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, this shot here of Lords of L.A., which is my comic, has more blood in it. Just keep that in mind as we look at the Daredevil one. Oh yeah, see here I have an arm coming off. I have head chop-ins, arms coming off, all this stuff. And now we get into the explicit content. But it's not like these books are sold in like Walmart. You have to go to a comic shop. So, and they have all kind of stuff on the shelf. My comic shop already has them in bags, so you just can't pick them off the shelf and look through them. But we'll get into this in a second. But we start out with a pretty good fight scene here, where she's just kicking ass on this thing, and looks like she's killing somebody, but then she just off the cuffs of her belt, that thing just automatically, I don't think physics work that way, where it immediately goes and then spins around right when it needs to. I don't think it works that way. If it's a lasso type of thing and then it pulls, yeah, well, then it'll close the loop. But I don't think that's how physics works. So we find out there's a lab here doing, drugs and stuff like that. And, we have a really nice, 2-page spread here of this fight scene going on all the way through the lab. I said, because some people said this was really bad. And I was like, in the beginning here, I'm like, I'm kind of liking this. And I think it's Eve Ewing on this, who's... let me see who's doing it. Erica Schultz. Everything I've read by Erica Schultz has absolutely no bearing on anything. You read it, it's almost like empty calories, where you finish it and you're just like, there's just absolutely nothing to that story. And we'll get into her. I'm just not a big fan of her writing. I guess it's kind of like a Michael Bay film where it's like it's entertaining while you're sitting there, and then you have no memory of it at all. Like the Daredevil Punisher one, she lost track of storylines. It just didn't make any sense by the end. I was just like scratching my head. But anyway, we continue with I don't even know how this even happens. So she doesn't want to kill anybody, but she blows up the whole place and goes through the window. And she's like, this is gonna hurt. And she picks herself up, and I guess she hurts her arm or whatever. And she goes, the thing, but it looked like she killed everybody in there. I didn't. If she knocked people out and then blew the place up, I don't really understand it. So we have this scene with this ambulance, and we have this woman here, who I guess I don't know who she is. So she's drawing like odd stuff or whatever else, and the professor's either, I don't know if he's coming on to her or if he's just critiquing her. But anyway, we have this supernatural thing come out of the painting or around her and starts, whispering, the dog. I forgot what the serial killer was that was listening to his dog. It's kind of like that, but she doesn't even here. And he's like, the muse says, you don't need to take this from him. Just knock him out. And she does way worse than that. So, so she basically kills him with a paintbrush, which is impossible. Look at it. It went through his clothes, through his chest, all the muscles in his chest, without even being sharpened. It doesn't make any sense. It would have been better if she stabbed him in the neck. Then I could almost have buy that, but through the clothes, through the chest, no, there's no way. No way. But anyway, he bleeds out on the floor. And then Elektra kind of sews herself up from all the glass wounds or whatever else happened to her. And she's like, I'm going to heal by meditation. Okay. Okay, man. Okay. So anyway, the muse is doing or having him or her do artwork using the body parts of the people, of the one guy I guess she killed. And she did a piece of art. I don't even know where she got the other body from. But she basically did the scene of sitting on top. I don't even know what's going on there. But here's the muse guy in the underworld painting. Yeah. And there's Daredevil. Almost looks like Batman there for a split second there. And she goes all the way down into hell or wherever, purgatory, wherever he's at. I don't understand this. But yeah, he's definitely in hell or whatever that dimension is, and that's it. And then you can see that. So Daredevil is a street level character, and Elektra is a. First of all, I still have no idea why she's still named Daredevil. Why doesn't she have her own identity? I just call her Elektra. She can still wear the costume of Daredevil, whatever. But there's no reason to call her Daredevil. It doesn't make any sense. But on top of that, why we have a street level characters fighting supernatural things? That's why they started out well, because okay, she started fighting drug dealers. Okay, that makes perfect sense. But now the villain is a supernatural creature who lives in hell? And that's why it's called Hell Unleashed or Unleashed Hell? No. I mean, the artwork's pretty good, but no. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. For that character, that's a John Constantine situation, or Zatanna even. I'd almost buy it for Zatanna. I'd buy it for Magic, for X-Men side. But like the Magic thing worked perfectly with her, and she had a similar thing where you had a demon and whatever else. It worked fine for her, but not for Daredevil. It doesn't fit. So it's just a bad concept right off the bat, so I won't be continuing it. All right, so let's talk about Red Sonja. So originally I was praising Thorin Grunbuck, but she's kind of got off the reservation now. It's like as the story progresses, and she's been dragging this on now, I think she's going on like 8 issues with this story now. It's too much. And when we talk about DC versus vampires, it's the same type of thing, where it's just getting dragged on and on and on, just so it hits a certain point. But as it grows on, it just gets worse and worse and worse, where she could have ended it on a high point. But for some reason she didn't. She just kept going with it. So here's the dude that she was traveling with, and that's Ymir's daughter there, and she's telling him that he has to kill her. And he's like, but she saved my life, blah, 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 I can't do that. And then we get into whatever dimension that Kulan got, and this is where I get really confused here. She's like, you can't have, well, first of all, she says, you're not in control of this dimension, so if you think you're in control here, you're not. And she's like, it looks like I'm pretty in control right now, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff behind him here. I thought they were going to attack him, but they didn't. So she says, "Oh, you can't have the soul of the demon, or else you're going to destroy the world or whatever." But I thought that the soul of the demon was in him to begin with, and that's how she ended up getting it. It was because he was giving it back to the demon, and she ended up being in the way, and then she inhabited it. Now suddenly he can't have it when he already did. I'm confused by this whole thing. None of it makes any sense. And this makes no sense either. So the dude walks in, and I guess he's like getting a torch or something like that to help her. And he walks in, and Kulan Goth is, I guess, trying to get the soul out of her. I don't really understand what's going on right there. But anyway, so he's coming into like a smoky area. He throws the torch, and it just bounces, I guess. But then it explodes, knocking Kulan Goth away from her and not burning her. I really don't understand what happened there. Why did the torch explode? And why did only he get hit and not her? And then on top of that, he's literally in the opening of the cave, and it explodes and kills him too. What? Because there he is burning. Why didn't he just run down where he was? And she's sad, and her wound is still whatever she's doing there, and she jumps into the water. I don't understand. Why couldn't he just run back down the cave? Doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so as it goes on, she's just getting worse and worse and worse as far as the writing's concerned. And then you have Ymir, and I forgot the other girl's name already because she's barely appeared now in the last like 4 issues. But I guess this is the battle still going on, which I keep saying, why do we not see this battle going on? Well, this is where it is. And now suddenly I guess she's in some kind of a dream state, and there's like the demon in the other form or whatever. I don't know. And she's like, this is not how it happened, because it was a fight that happened, and she predicted it and the whole bit. And then that's the demon in the other face shows up. And suddenly, of course, because we have Gladiator, we have to have a Gladiator scene where she's getting attacked by a lion, and she leaps over the lion. I think the lion scratches her. Yeah, it does. And she goes, I guess she wounds the lion. I think that might be her blood. I'm not sure. And then we have like this like 3-headed dog attacks the other woman that was there, and she impales it through the head. But she gets stabbed, and she falls to the ground dead or whatever. And then you have the whole demon guy talking to himself or his soul or whatever. And then she wakes up where she's not dead anymore. And we have this elephant. It's just all over the place at this point. I don't really understand even what's going on. And she's now yelling at the demon guy. Just take your damn soul back, man. I don't understand what's going on. And he takes her through a portal to the battle. And now the creatures have gotten even weirder. So, I mean, the artwork is really good. And there's Kulan Goth. And she's like, Kulan, what have you done? I can't tell you what he's done because I don't understand any of it. So, yeah, it's almost intelligible now. It's so all over the place. She's lost track of the thread of the story. And she's like, oh, well, whatever. So, before we wrap up, too, remember that we have, it's actually the 89th. I keep saying it's the 50th anniversary. I got it wrong. It's the 89th anniversary of the Green Hornet. Moonstone Books has put out a anthology series written partially, or one of the stories written by Timothy Zahn, who created Thrawn for Star Wars, This is not actually the book. This is a previous book, but it's going to be a hardcover. I'm just showing you the Green Hornet type because they own the rights to a Green Hornet. But anyway, Thrawn, created by Timothy Zahn, and we also have Kevin J. Anderson, and all these people. It's going to be pretty awesome. We're going to be launching in just a few weeks, but you can definitely check out the link in the description below or go to greenhornetnoir.com. We've now broken 200 people following it, so why don't you follow it as well, and just go there and just click notify me at launch, and easy breezy. But definitely check that out. It's going to be pretty awesome. We have a cover art by Matt Wagner, who did Batman and Grendel. It's just going to be a pile of great sci-fi. Bill Willingham, I know, is in it. Just a whole bunch of sci-fi writers. It's going to be pretty awesome. Anyway, let's wrap it up. We have Red Sonja. No. I mean, originally I said yes because I kind of liked the whole having the demon soul in her, and she going on this quest to get rid of it, and Kulan Gath was, I kind of liked all of it now, but it's just gone to shit now, unfortunately. And Daredevil, Unleash Hell. No, I don't. It doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. The whole supernatural thing does not fit with this character. Give me Bullseye. Give me somebody, that to give me a story behind it. That would make more sense. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And if you can subscribe, please do. Ring that bell, ding, ding. Give me a like as well. Give me a thumbs up. And remember, too, that Green Hornet is launching in just a couple of weeks. So greenhornetnoir.com, or click the link in the description below. All right, that's it for me again. And have a great week. And I will see you on the next episode. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm going to keep saying that till the end of the month.